Yes.
Okay, good afternoon. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Public Works for October 14, 2020. Roll call.
Del Gomez.
Present.
William Allen.
Present.
Weena Guzman.
Present.
Okay, next we go on to the minutes. We had the minutes of the special meeting of September 16, 2020, and the regular meeting minutes of September 23, 2020. Entertain a motion to approve as written for both of these meetings.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Del Gomez.
Yes.
William Allen.
Yes.
Weena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, next we go on to correspondence. We have a correspondence from Marcus Jefferson. This is pertaining to the truancy program. As in the past, we've had him here before us. The issue were his late invoices. We haven't paid him because he submitted the invoices late and because the school superintendent would not confirm his hours. Apparently, I'll read the correspondence. It's from the attorney Eric Olden Clark. It was sent to Human Resources and also to the Chicago Board of Public Works. To whom it may concern, kindly be advised this office represents Marcus D. Jefferson, former executive director of the Second Start Truancy Program. Mr. Jefferson wishes to be paid for work that he performed. The issue of him handling or not having someone to prove his hours is not an issue since same is not included in the body contract. I have enclosed a review the contract as well as timesheets from my client. Since this matter is straightforward, we shall allow 10 days from receipt of this letter to receive payment in full. All available revenues are allowed to utilize to collect the amount due, as well as any of your damages if not paid at once. Mr. Jefferson gave you his time and expertise as well as intellectual property, which we believe you continue to use. Page 6 of the contract, number 4, deviates that he shall submit invoices which he has submitted. The invoices total $8,520. No payment has been made. My client has kept it in the bargain, and now it's time to pay. We should expect there will be no disciplinary or punishment actions taken against Mr. Jefferson because he's seeking to enforce the terms of his contract. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any questions or additional information. Now, I did show this letter to Carla, our attorney for Board of Works. And I think, in my opinion, Marcus misrepresented himself to his own attorney. Because even though they quote certain sections of the agreement, when he fails to understand that we're not holding up this payment, the reason it came to the Board of Works because under Section 7, he's required to submit his invoices in a timely fashion. It also says that the consultant will submit invoices to the superintendent who will review, and upon approval will submit the invoices for payment. And also the city policy states that invoices for work performed or good services must be invoiced within 30 days of the work performed. And the consultant agrees to the invoices to invoice the city within 30 days. So obviously his attorney was unaware of Section 7 of the contract that he signed, which was the basis of why we haven't paid him yet. And that's why Carla says she would contact their attorney and advise them of these things that he left out in his letter. And also, I told her the invoices that he provided to his attorney, which his attorney sent to us, were the first set of invoices, the second set, and they weren't the first set where the superintendent said she could not verify his hours. And that was the issue why we rejected it originally. And this is the second set where she puts a different wording on it. And so, and I also suggested that Carl send the minutes of our last meeting when Mr. Marcus Jefferson came, so his attorney could see that we did question him on all these issues. So I told Carla, I don't know if he misrepresented himself to his attorney like he did with us. You know, so Carla said my conversation with Carla, she was going to contact the attorney and provide all this information, and then we'll go from there.
So we'll table it, basically.
Well, right now it's just correspondence,
Okay.
and based on what Carla's conversation with us, but I told Carla, I'm all for paying him and getting this issue out of the way. He's no longer the director. And part of the reason he's no longer director is because, not only because of his invoices, but they're questioning the work he was supposed to be doing. So it's a bigger issue. So I think that's something the law department has addressed with him and his attorney. So, and the only reason it came to us because it was a late invoice. And State Board of Accounts requires us to, any late invoices have to be approved by a board if they're over 30 days. And it's even in his contract he signed. He agreed to all these terms. So we'll let Carla review this and come back with a recommendation to us, as she said, by next meeting. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, we'll move on to new business. Our first item on our agenda is the bid for 2020 demolition of unsafe buildings. We have from James Bertine, Director of Building Department, Dear Board of Works. Mr. James Bertine will not be in attendance for the meeting today. The request is for the board to move forward with the below agenda items on behalf of Mr. Bertine. Number one, request to award J&M Industrial Services Incorporated the 2020 Board of Safety Demolitions of Unsafe Structure bid presented to the board on 9/23 as if they were the lowest and most responsive bidder. So that's the first thing on your agenda, and I believe he included the contract, the Board of Works and J&M Industrial Services, and trying to see what their,
The total, it was $178,809.
okay, yeah, I see this tiny little print. I thought it was a smudge, but it's tiny little print. Okay. So J&M as being the lowest, most responsive bidder, their amount was $178,809 and 0 cents, right?
Correct.
Okay. So based on his recommendation, I entertain a motion. We follow the recommendation of the building department to award to J&M Industrial Services.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Sal Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is come to outstanding invoices. First one is for CDW from the building department. Is a late invoice dated 4/1/2020 in the amount of $85. Their explanation is late invoice to CDW government invoice WKW 1628. Invoice date 4/1/20. The invoice was just sent to the building department. So I believe they're saying that it wasn't their fault and it was more CDW sent the invoice late to them. Any questions or comments on this late invoice?
No.
None.
No further questions or comments, entertain a motion to approve payment to CDW for a late invoice to the building department in the amount of $85.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Sal Gomez.
Yes.
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, next we have from the park department, late invoices for heavy industry. We have 3 invoices dated 4/30/2020, 7/29/2020, 5/29/2020, totaling $59,350. The explanation is that they were sent to the wrong department. I think we get a lot of those sent to the wrong department. Any questions or comments on? And the work was done. This is basically for hard work.
No question.
None.
There being no further questions or comments, entertain a motion to approve the late due invoices from Heavy Industries to in the amount of $59,350.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes.
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, next we have late invoices from R&B Construction and Engineering. We have two late invoices from 7/14/2020 and 7/20/2020, totaling $11,583. Engineering Department received invoices in time, however, they were inadvertently not paid. Services have been rendered and invoices shall be processed.
And this was the removal and replacement of sidewalk.
Okay, cool. Okay, any other questions or comments?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, entertain a motion to approve the late invoice payment to R&D Construction in the amount of $11,583.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes.
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
And next we have late invoice from Comcast, dated 7/14/2020, amount of $18,490. This is also from Engineering Department. Engineering Department received invoice in time, however, program and training had to be completed prior to issuing payment. Services have been rendered and invoices should be processed.
So by the time we got the invoice, they had just started to perform the work that we approved for them to do. This was before 100% of the work was done, which, we always pay, at the end of the job, or if the job's big enough, we do pay applications. So for this case, we decided to wait until we got the full finished product before we decided to pay.
Thank you. You actually give a better explanation than everybody else. All right, any questions or comments on Comcate's late invoice?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, or any motion for payment of late invoice to Comcate in the amount of $18,490.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes.
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to, that concludes unsigned invoices. We move on to Vigilance Solutions from the Police Department. The invoice and agreement, the attached invoices for the 25 cameras associated with the license plate recognition system, LPR, affixed to a small number of police vehicles in various stationary locations within the city of Chicago. The LPR system captures a photo of license plates with date, time, and location of the same. Prescription allows access to the security camera system database for investigation purposes. Access to the system is restricted to the police personnel involved in criminal investigation and is governed by the police chief, Hector Rosario. Police Department implemented the APR system in 2014. Thank you for your consideration. The amount is $11,250 for their annual subscription renewal fee from 12/20 to 11/21. This program has been effective in 2014. Are there any questions or comments on the Police Department's proposal from Vigilant Solutions?
No.
There being no further questions or comments, or entertain a motion to approve Vigilant Solutions proposal for their ongoing program with the Police Department for $11,250.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Val Gomez.
Yes.
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
And next we have from Howard E. Nine-Part Company, service agreement with HR. This is an annual, Mr. Johnson, our payroll manager, he's been unable to come to work. He called me and asked if I could present this for him. This is an annual service agreement that helps him with the payroll data collection and analysis, and they prepare a comprehensive annual report for our payroll department. The fee is $6,500, and also there's an interim GASB 75 actuary update of $3,000. So the amount would be $9,500, I believe. Like I said, it's something that's an annual part of our payroll department. And he apologized for not being able to be here. He just called me today. Are there any questions or comments?
No.
No. There being no further questions or comments, or motion to approve the proposal from Harmony Nine-Heart Company with our payroll department manager Robert Johnson for their annual services.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Al Gomez.
Yes.
William Allen.
Yeah.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, next we have Spectrum from Fire. To Board of Public Works, dear board members, attached you'll find 3 quotes for painting overhead door, pillars, ceiling stripe, and I-beam guards at Central Fire Station. I respectfully recommend approval for Spectrum in the amount of $6,300 since they are the lowest quote obtained. Funding for this project will be from Building Improvements account 111-443-050. Respectfully submitted, Anthony Stern, Fire Chief. And we did have 3 quotes. Royalty and AGI. And this was the lowest bid. Are there any questions or comments on this proposal from the fire department?
None.
Okay, there being no further questions or comments, turn to the motion to approve Spectrum's painting and maintenance work proposal for Central Station in the amount of $6,300.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Al Gomez.
Yes.
William Allen.
Yeah.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
And next we have another letter from Chief Sterna. Dear board members, I would like to declare the attached list of items from our inventory room and throughout our facilities as surplus. These items are broken and obsolete. We are trying to clean out our inventory room in all of our facilities. Respectfully, Anthony P. Cerna. He included 2 pages of items. They're basically hand tools and other appliances the fire department uses, hose. And basically they're all, he has here, broken and non-repairable, obsolete. Parts no longer available. Like I said, there's 2 pages of various items. Are there any questions on any of these items?
No.
Okay, there being no further questions or comments, entertain a motion to approve the Fire Chief Service's request for declaring these items broken and obsolete so they can disregard these items.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Al Gomez.
Yes?
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
Okay, next we have from the Marina, we have Marina needs 2 hourly rate schedules ratified by the Board of Works, King Heating, and Valley Fire. So these, what they submitted are 2 rate schedules from King Heating and from Valley Fire. So I think that's for their fire protection for your sprinkler system. So they're just their hourly rates and labor rates for 2020. Are there any questions or comments on these 2 rate schedules for 2020 for the Marina?
None.
There being no further questions or comments, I entertain a motion to approve King Heating and Valley Fire rate schedules for the Marina for 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Al Gomez.
Yes.
William Allen.
Yes.
Rena Guzman.
Yes.
And by the way, Nick from the Marina, he did say, he's our ops manager, he did say that this would also be submitted to their board. Okay, next item on our agenda. Did we do a roll call for that? No, okay. Too quiet on myself. Okay, next item on our agenda is Midwest Electric change orders 1 And 3, Block Stadium Transformer Relocation. Okay, change order number 1 would be a net increase of $38,188. This is to remove and relocate NIPSCO transformer to the north side of 144th Avenue. Reason for change order to replace pole mounted transformer into electrical box. Let's see, explanation from Keith Salvi.
Now, if I can note,
You have a note on this one?
if I can note something on this, these three appear to be under the same purchase order, and if I total up all three change orders, they're over the 20%, so I'm not sure if that would, because the 20% would be, because the original contract price was $249,608. So 20% would be $49,936. And if I total all three change orders, that would be $61,237.
So if we take one at a time, we could only pass maybe the first one and the second one, right? Because you're going by all three, right?
Yes.
All three will pass, so what's 20%?
49,936.
Okay, so 49,000 is the limit at 20%. Change order number 1 is 38, and it looks like that might be the only one we could actually pass, you know? Because the next change order is for 7,000. Okay, let me write down. What was the 20% again?
I think with the two, it would, okay, so it's 49,936.
Okay, that's 20%.
Yes.
49,936?
That's 49,936.
Okay, so right now
The math is correct.
okay, if we go in order, we can approve change order number 1, that's 38,000.
38,000.
Okay, so let's do it that way. We'll just go in the row. We'll do change order number 1. So with change order number 1 and 38,188, we're still within the 20%.
Yes.
Okay, are there any questions or comments on change order number 1 at 30%, at $30,188?
No question.
No.
There being no further questions or comments, entertain a motion to approve change order number 1 at the amount of $30,188 for the Block Stadium project. And this is for the removal and relocation of NIPSCO transformer to the north side of 145th Avenue. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Did you say 30?